My name is Klenneth Pombo. My mother met my father here in Mosby at church. Funny thing was, she was the one who pursued him. He was just a shy Highlands engineer boy. She was raised New Island, but for college because she was trying to be a teacher. She came to the college here. My dad's side is just this extended family of just Highlands people, so they're always at the house. I wasn't necessarily a loner because I knew how to entertain early on. I was good at sport, I was good at being in front, presenting on stage, all of that type of stuff as well, so I wasn't necessarily alone. I was surrounded by people, I just didn't connect with them because I just didn't relate to people around me. Like, I did not relate to them at all. We had different interests. I started doing my own page while I was in high school. PNG for Reals, 2016. The PNG for Reals name, it came from when I was in high school because around that time social media was new, but there were people making content, but it wasn't, like, it was very regionalistic. I created PNG for Reals to sort of just make fun of all of them. Because like, the only way we're going to move forward is if we're all together working together. I already had that mentality that being divided doesn't help, but that's where the name came from then. And I tried to be as Papua New Guinean as possible, but present entertainment in a factual manner, but it made you laugh at the same time. I'm very patriotic because of how I was raised. And that's pretty much been at my core. Yeah, having an appreciation for literature, hunger to learn, wanting to seek out information, learn things for myself. That came from home. Our home was full of learning, it was full of experiences. A huge sense of right and wrong was instilled very quickly. Using the strengths and skills that you have for everyone's benefit. It is then now my responsibility to take what they have given me and use it wisely. While I was still in high school, I was already working TV. I did a show for Digicel. So I already had experience working in television. 2019, I worked at MTV. All the while the page is still running. I'm still making videos and I'm still making memes. It's growing. And it's because of the page that I got these jobs. And they said, you can't do that and this and the other stuff that you're doing as well. So I'm like this is the first challenge now it hits. You're leaving a secure job at a very reputable organization. So you leave it and your whole house is like, why? And I was like, I'm just gonna do something else. So because of the page, I was good at making people laugh. I did stand up. And then there are like hardcore comedy fans in the country who are like, do your own shows, we'll come. So February I did it, Mosby Arts Theatre, packed. COVID didn't hit yet. I was gonna do just, this is it now. I'm just gonna do every month, I'm gonna make bank. Yeah, COVID hit. I'm basically useless now because it was literally illegal to have a crowd. You could not have crowds, and I banked on crowds. Like, you literally cannot do anything. So I had to switch up, and that's when I started doing skits, which I'm not very good at. But there was no pathway, especially for Papua New Guinean content creators. You didn't have people to look up to. Now I'm just helping everywhere as much as I can. The biggest challenge for us was, one, like, it was the sheer sense of how unknown this was to the country. That was the biggest challenge. Just at the government level and at institutional level, there's no help. When I say no help is, I'm not talking about we need grants and money and whatnot. Open up the payment gateways. It's not that it's easy, but it's not that overly complicated. Those were the biggest challenges, actually having to make it a career. That happened, thankfully, organically. But otherwise, there was no help. Like, I would literally Google, how do influencers make money? I'd like, okay, so how do I make my videos better? How do I start getting more engagement? Like, all of this type of stuff, I'd be looking it up. So then, like, I started applying and then things started happening. And that was when I realized this could actually be something if I did it correctly. I was targeting PNG businesses and I would say this, like, we should work together, and I wasn't charging all that much. I just, we just do videos together. And they're like, no, because they would just say no. Meanwhile, the foreign-owned businesses were like, let's do it. And that would just infuriate me. And then people would say, you should be supporting PNG business. So I had to like fire back and say, tell the PNG businesses to support me. There are entire departments who run social media for big companies now. Before, they didn't even take it seriously. Now there are entire departments for it. In fact, they've outsourced it to another agency to run it for them, because that's how important it is. While I don't want to make it all about, oh, I need to get a lot of likes, I could care less if people liked or reacted or whatnot, because I would just speak how I wanted to speak. It wasn't necessarily for the reactions. Everyone else doesn't have to get it. And so it applied also when I do jokes on stage. So I'll make jokes that the whole room is laughing at, and then I like throwing subtle ones where like just that one or two people would just be dead. The influencer, if he wants to see positive change in other people, he first has to practice positive change in himself. You want to see the change? Be the change. I wanted to be the thing that I did not have early in my career. People who will come after me, I want them to be 10 times better than me. Like I have 80. I want the person who I will create the pathway for to have 8 million. And even if people come up after me and they're way better than me, yes. Be 10 times better than me. Be great. Be so great. But yeah, I want to have pathways created, whether it's for the content creators or whether it's for the comedians. I want there to be people who come to me, and that's it. That's the ticket now. When they sign to PNG for reals, their family in the village will be like, yep, we've made it. I want to be in a position where I can help as many people as possible. But before I can get there, someone in my circles, one of my mentors told me, you're worried about all these people, and that's why you're not getting anywhere. So then I was like, you're right. And then now it's like I'm fully focused on, I have to build myself first. Just to forget everything for a while, I'll just build myself. So that's the path that I've started on.